Hey, welcome back to my channel. All right, so if you are feeling like I have a board and they're there, board members are great, but I feel like something is missing. Like I feel like I'm in this box alone, all by myself, and I feel like I am stagnant. I feel like, I need more. I'm gonna tell you what that is and what you need to do. But first, I am Jill Smith. If this is your first time visiting, thank you so much. I'm Jill Smith. I'm a nonprofit coach. I'm a nonprofit expert. I have tons of experience in the nonprofit industry from various sides, mainly from the federal government funding side. So I like to think that I know what I'm talking about when it comes to this thing called nonprofit management and development. My husband and I, we have a company called the Smith Serve. We are consulting. We mainly help those who are just starting their nonprofits, helping them to get up and running and sustainable and successful, those particularly who are just starting or have nonprofits 5 years or less, or nonprofits that are doing less than $50,000 in annual revenue. All right, so we have a heart for founders. We have a heart for founders because they're visionaries. We're visionaries, and so we connect. We here. So this is one of the things my husband and I do. We're here to serve. We're here to serve, and you can get just about the gist of what you need to make your nonprofit successful just from this channel. But if you need one-on-one help, we're here to serve as well. All right. So if you are watching this video from the YouTube channel, please make sure you go over and join the Facebook group, Founders of Nonprofits. Tons of founders in there gleaning from one another, sharing their successes, their failures, their trials, their challenges. They're also sharing resources, best practices, and all that great stuff. So make sure that you join that group. If you're watching this video from the Facebook group, make sure you subscribe to this channel. If you have not taken my free nonprofit development training, it's 3 whole hours, just me. It's absolutely free. I highly suggest that you take the training. I'll put the link at the bottom. You definitely need to take the training. Why? Because the training will help you get on track to building a nonprofit that exceeds 50K annually. All right. I can't promise you anything, but I can definitely promise you that I'm going to tell you the gist of what you need to get yourself on the right track. Whether you do it or not, that's your business, but I'm going to make sure you get on the right track. Um, if you need some tools, especially board development, board management tools, because you want everything in writing, I highly recommend that you get the nonprofit toolkit, the Activate toolkit. It's nonprofit tools that you need to get your nonprofit up and running. Over 40 tools, all kinds of tools in there. Tools in there. I'm sharing tools. Press release, how to write a press release, how to get on the local news, how to have your first board meeting, board duties, all that great stuff. The toolkit down below. All right. All right. So this video, how to engage with your community, because that is what's the problem. That is your problem when you're feeling like you're in this all alone. Let me tell you something about the nonprofit industry. It is an industry that relies on each other. It's not like the for-profit industry where it's individual and you against me, me against you, we in competition with each other. No, the nonprofit industry is all about connecting. If you see that not an emoji, that like clip art, where when you put, if you put a nonprofit clip art, you'll normally see an image of people holding hands, or it could be like different colors, but everybody's connected. That's what the nonprofit industry is. And so if you're trying to operate this nonprofit as a solopreneur, that is your a huge mistake, and that is your no, no, that's not what this is. This is not a solo venture. You, in addition to board members, because you need board members, you definitely need to be active and connected to the community. So if you're an introvert, get somebody in your nonprofit that is an extrovert, that is going to go out and meet the community. And so so this, I'm going to give you just 4 points what you need to do as far as connecting with the community before you act, because before you ask for anything, before you put your hand out and ask anybody outside of your nonprofit for anything, get out there and connect with them, get to know people, get to meet people. I think that's one of the biggest mistakes that people make, nonprofit founders make, is that they go with their hand out and they're not, they're not even offering anything. And so get out there and meet people. So that's number one. Get out and meet people. Go out and serve other nonprofits. Find out who the other nonprofits are in your area, including churches. If they're having events, go out there and volunteer for events. Introduce yourself. All right. Give a donation. Send a letter and give a donation. I love what you're doing in the community. I'm also, a new founder, a new nonprofit, and I want to give you, this $100 donation or this $25 donation. Or yes, I would definitely love to support your come to your annual fundraiser. I would love to get a table. I would love to, go out there and meet people. Go and meet people. Number two, send an email. Send an email to these local communities, these local organizations, introducing yourself and ask, how can I help? This is my expertise. This is my story. How can I help? They may want you to come and tell you their story, at their women's event, their women's empowerment event, or at their business event, or at the whatever. They may want you to come and be a speaker. And but introduce yourself, send an email, go out and introduce yourself. Number three, and I've said this in the video, in the training, join local organizations. You may have to pay, but they're worth the investment, especially the Chamber of Commerce. And I'm going to tell you why the chamber is very vital. And not all chambers are as good as other cities. So you got to really, it may be a hit or miss. Some cities are better than others, but the chamber is good because the chamber, every business, whether nonprofit or for profit, that comes is comes through the chamber. And so the chamber is the organization that does the ribbon cutting ceremonies for new businesses. And so the chamber also has the database of all your local government officials. And so when you're sending out an introduction email of who you are and your nonprofit, you can get the email address, the address, and all that good stuff from the chamber. You can get it from the chamber. The chamber can also, these people, they congregate, they get together, and they meet all the time at different chamber events. You can meet these people at a chamber event. And so you definitely want to invest in joining the Chamber of Commerce. As I said, some cities chambers are better than others. Some I've heard are just totally horrible. But do your own research about the chamber, because there's different chambers. I mean, these days they got, in addition to, like, say, the Charlotte Chamber of Commerce, they have the Black Charlotte Chamber of Commerce, they have the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, they have the Gay and Lesbian Chamber of Commerce. And so but get to know, get in where you fit in and where you feel comfortable, and start networking. And the chamber is the best place to start networking and finding out other founders and other executive directors and other leaders to organizations, government officials, who these people are, because you need to get out and meet them. As well as joining other organizations, professional organizations out there, from eWomen Network to what's the other one? Oh gosh, oh, I hate to not. One of my good girlfriends is the president, and this is a national organization. Oh my gosh, it just slipped my mind. But like, another organization is I think BNI. There are so many professional organizations out there for you to join and network and get to know people, and offer your support, offer your gifts, talents, and expertise. So when it's time for you to do what you need to do, and which is number 4, host an event. When it's time for you to host an event, then you have people to invite, and they will more than likely support your event, whether it's financially or in-kind services or volunteering or whatever. Um, Number 4, get out and host an event. I would say do this after a year, after you've gotten some leverage and some you built your know, like, and trust factor, and people are getting to know you. You're impacting through your nonprofit. I would say always host an event. There are 2 events that I absolutely recommend that your nonprofit host. Is definitely a fundraising event during a given season, which is November, December. But the other event is to do some type of event during your awareness month. So every month there's a different awareness. Heart Health Month in February. Autism is in April. There's tons and tons in the toolkit. In the Activate toolkit is pages. It's a listing of all of the non-traditional holidays and awareness months, weeks, days. And so wherever yours fall, whether it's breast cancer awareness, whether it's education month, whether it's business month, or whatever, small business month, whatever month that falls under your nonprofit, you should be having some type of event during that time. And so host an event. That's a great way to get the community out. Of course, you can get the list. You could have this chamber send out your flyer invitation, an email invite, inviting the community to your event. But yes, get out there and start meeting people there. I mean, you can even go to y'all blame it on being 55 and menopause. Like, I'm just brain fog. But you can even go to, what's the event database where they have all of the events that happen, on a daily. You can go there and Eventbrite. You can go to Eventbrite and see what the events are in the city, and just pick 1 or 2 events per week, and go out and meet people, go out and participate. And so go out and serve, go out and support, send an email introducing, maybe you can't go to the event, but send an email, I'm sorry I missed your event. Well, how can I help in the future? What can we do? You could potentially meet good board members doing this. And so before you ask for anything, I've always been an advocate of this. Before you ask somebody, ask them how you can help them. Before you ask for a donation or support, or how can you help someone else? How can you help another organization? And so yes, you have to get out and engage with the community. Is no way around it. As a nonprofit founder, that is part of your responsibility. And then let me also say this, just so that you understand the roles and responsibilities of your roles and responsibility as the executive director, because I'm assuming as the founder you're also serving right now as the executive director. The executive director's role is to be external, is to go out and meet people and establish and partnerships and network, and get out and advocate for the programs and cause and uh, um, um, things that you're doing under your nonprofit. Usually, as you're growing and you bring in a COO, so you're serving as the CEO or the ED. You may bring on a deputy director or a chief operations officer. That person works internally to make sure that internally the operations, the administration is going smoothly. But the executive director, you might be wearing all of the hats right now. You might be doing the internal and the external, but do not neglect the external, because the external is going to make sure your nonprofit grows and make sure that your nonprofit gets the resources and tools and funding that it needs. All right. So you got to get out and engage with the community. I haven't even mentioned the media, but for starters, get out and just meet some folk. Get out and shake some hand. Get out and serve, for starters. All right. Hope this helps. Drop comments, questions below. If you need more help, one-on-one help, I am offering one-on-ones, 1 hour one-on-ones right now. And so you can do that. All right. So I hope this helps. And I will see you on the next video. All right.